Too many stars. Yeah, Star Wars, Star Trek, Stargate, like Battlestar Galactica. Like I get so confused with all of them. But anyway, I've heard about this. Apparently it's not very good. It's really bad. Like the writing's bad, the casting's bad, the acting's bad. Let's just have a look. All right, what is this? Ooh, they're smiling. Oh, jeez.
Oh, man, that was the best Star Trek parody I've seen in years.
It's not a parody, brother.
What do you mean this is a real show? Oh, my God!
Oh, no!
Ever watch something so hilariously, outlandishly crap that you actually have to do a double take just to make sure it's not some sophisticated trolling op? Well,
yeah.
Such was the case with
I think that one day we're gonna get to the point where people think, like, AI is gonna get so good that we're gonna get parodies of things that aren't actually, like, real. Like, this is a show that people paid for, like, producers and stuff. I think people are gonna make fully fledged, like, actual parodies.
first episode of Starfleet Academy, which I'm roughly 200% sure will be my first and only experience of this show. Oh my days. I knew it was going to be bad, but even I didn't expect it to be this bad. Part of me even thought the trailers might be a clever little bait and switch,
like
deliberately setting expectations lower than the Grand Canyon, only to pull off a sudden transition into serious, thoughtful, high-quality Star Trek adventure.
Star Trek has been around since, like, what, the 70s or the 80s? Like, it is crazy old. Like, if you look at, like, I want to say the ones with frickin' Spock and Captain Picard and the other guy, the big guy, the three main characters basically, and then like the supporting cast, it was vast majority was like male, and then there was like maybe one or two women in it. I'm looking at all the shots and it's like all women. Illogical! Late 60s? Ah, okay.
Oh,
I thought it was
drinker,
80s
you
or something.
foolish optimist, you.
Captain Kirk.
Sometimes a spade really is just a spade, and sometimes a shitty Star Trek show really is just a shitty Star Trek show. And truly, they don't come much shittier than Starfleet Academy. The story is set like 1,000 years after the events of the original series, through a combination of contrived events from Star Trek Discovery that I absolutely don't have the time or the mental energy to talk about.
That's fair.
The high-level view, though, is that an event called the Burn disabled warp travel throughout the galaxy, causing the Federation to collapse and leaving individual planets and star systems to fend for themselves. Right. And if this all sounds a bit like the Age of Strife from Warhammer 40k, then congratulations, you now know just as much about writing as these fucking hacks. Anyway,
what? That sounds like AI writing, because AI takes ideas like it's like soft related, like obviously like fucking Space Marines just go send Space Warhammer, whatever. But the point is like, I feel like that's kind of like a tell. Yeah, the AI can make it better. I don't think AI is at the point of like being able to create original ideas like people can. I think it does regurgitate a lot of shit. Even in writing, I'm not talking about like art where you have to like, you know, prompt it with other people's art, you know?
Are finally getting back on track now, and the Federation is starting to rebuild itself with Starfleet leading the way. Only now there's basically two versions of Starfleet. Starfleet Academy, that's all about peaceful exploration.
Why? Bro, whoa. That looks literally like green paint on her face. That does not look like an alien. What the hell?
And diplomacy like in the old days, and the War College, which is... well, I think you can figure that out for yourself. Anyway, the show centers around main character Caleb, who's a moody, rebellious hunk with a dark past but a heart of gold, who brings trouble with him everywhere he goes, but man, the ladies can't resist. He got
Of course they can't. Women! They want a bad boy. Look at all the muscles.
Separated from his mother 15 years earlier after they enlisted the help of Paul Giamatti to steal supplies and promptly got caught. Nice to see Tatiana Maslany getting out of her toll booth or wherever the fuck she's been for the past couple of years, because you won't be seeing her in Marvel movies again.
What'd she get
Caleb
fired?
was approached by Holly Hunter, who managed to fix her false teeth in place long enough to put his mum in prison 15 years earlier, with a sweet little offer. Join Starfleet Academy and she'll help him to find his mother again. Wait, what? You
Wait,
understand
what?
that Starfleet Academy is supposed to be reserved for the best of the best, right? The office...
Yeah, and they're like getting some fucking like has-been criminal child.
Class, the cut above, the kind of people
like I'm very surface level on like all of these, maybe not Star Wars, it's a little bit more because I watched all the movies and stuff and I watched a lot of franchises, but like I understand surface level. It's like the peak of humanity. That was like the whole thing. They're all really smart, they're very eloquent, like something's not right here. I'm not sure.
command
Is it just because he's
starships when they
hot?
graduate. Why the fuck would they accept a convicted criminal with a long history of escape attempts and violent behavior?
Yeah.
And even if they did, surely
Oh, he's like Bane. He's so misunderstood. Arrgh.
just gonna bail
He's
them.
so hot. Oh my god, look at those biceps. I can tell this was written by fucking women, dude. I feel like this is so corny. This reminds me of like these women that write these like what is it, TikTok, book talk romances?
Moment he finds his mother again, and all the time and resources put into training him would have been completely wasted.
Oh my god, he's so hot.
Ah, fuck it. Why am I even asking these questions? Stuff like this can be filed away neatly into the "we need the rest of the plot to happen" drawer. So the cadets are put aboard the USS Athena for the trip back to Starfleet Academy on Earth to begin their training.
Okay.
Wait, what? I mean, I know it's kind of a waste of time to ask questions like this, but seriously, isn't this completely ass backwards? Aren't you supposed to do your training at Starfleet Academy, then graduate to starships?
No, he's special. You don't get it. Like, he's exceptional. We're going outside of the rule of thumb for this guy.
You can apply what
This
you've
is just Star Trek fan fiction. I've not written, but I've read fan fiction better than this.
learned in a practical environment. Why does the inside of the Athena look like an impossibly massive cruise ship instead of a starship? Am I like taking crazy pills or something?
Don't ask questions.
Self-report, yeah, a little
Fuck
bit.
it,
Sorry.
it's Kurtzman. This show is to logic and common sense what Kathleen Kennedy is to self-reflection and personal accountability. Either way, this is where we meet the rest of whatever passes for characters in this show. There's a body-positive hologram with learning disabilities, a body-positive
What?
first officer who tries to act
Learning disabilities. I'm lost.
hard by yelling at people a lot, a body-positive science officer. Holy fuck, there's more congealed blubber in this show than a Reddit mods convention. There's a tough-talking,
Man,
smart
we just saw a Reddit mod and it is not looking good, man.
ass girl boss because clearly Star Trek needs more of them.
Girls get it done.
I hate this. I fucking hate this. You don't have to fucking say it, man. Like, bro, there's so many countless characters that are female protagonists that are awesome and well written. They don't fucking say this shit. They don't. It's female heroes and protagonists around like since the fucking dawn of comic books and movies. But like, oh my god, girls get it done. The only thing that's missing is the fucking, what is it called, the bird hands. That would have been peak. That would have been peak.
I love the moment where she easily breaks up a fist fight between two men twice her size. Here's a little tip for you ladies. If two grown men are going at it, then putting yourself between them is a very quick and efficient way to get knocked the fuck out. Anyway, there's also an arrogant white guy from a privileged background who's there to be arrogant and white, and a Klingon who's abandoned the warrior code to get in touch with his sensitive side because he enjoys.
Aren't the Klingons like literal barbarians? Really? No. Like, I have to emphasize this. I have very surface level understanding of this universe, but even I know that they are just like, they're like, fucking kill everyone! Like, they're basically savages.
Bird watching.
Are we...
I'm
I'm
not
getting in touch with my sensitive side.
even making
Come
this
on, yeah.
stuff up. You know, I'm old
Warrior
enough to remember
culture?
how
Well,
much
okay,
of a ruckus
you know
it
what I'm
caused when
saying.
Worf showed up on the bridge of the Enterprise in TNG. Yeah, he was a Starfleet officer, but he was still very much a Klingon at heart, always wrestling with the violent impulses of his nature and his warrior upbringing.
And that's what was cool about it. Like, he's still trying to hold it back. That brings, like, depth to a character. Not like, I'm being sensitive.
I don't know what the fuck this dude is supposed to be, but it's not a Klingon, that's for sure.
He looks like a Klingon. I think this is good casting and good makeup and stuff.
So the gang set off on their first cruise, but oh no, they get ambushed by Paul Giamatti, and before you can say shitty contrived writing, the Athena's out of action quicker than a college girl at a drinking contest. He wants their warp core so he can sell it off for lots of money. I mean, the guy has access to programmable matter that could disable frontline starships in a matter of seconds, but yeah, sure, a warp core is definitely what he needs.
That doesn't make sense.
Also, why does Holly Hunter sit in her captain's chair like...
What is this directing, man? Again, no hate to like the actors. They have to work with what they got. Wait, is that a haircut of him playing tic-tac-toe and it's like in his hair? Oh my god, what the fuck? I've never seen that before in my life. He's got tic-tac-toe in his hair.
A fucking polio victim. Does she know that this is a starship bridge instead of a quaint coffee shop in Portland? Why is Paul Giamatti able to force her to sit down when he's a fucking hologram with no physical presence? Why does Holly Hunter use reading glasses when Retinax 5's been available for like 1,000 years by this point?
That was just because the writers don't actually like engage with the lore of the universe.
Just consume product.
What? No, you know what they should, they're probably gonna say like it's like an aesthetic thing. Glasses are like an aesthetic thing like now, okay? Like stop being a bitch, stop being an incel, criticizing me.
Get excited for next products.
The point is that Caleb does a bunch of technobabble bullshit to get the programmable matter off the hull, allowing them to bluff Paul Giamatti into abandoning his mission, even when it's completely obvious that they're lying to him, leading to possibly the most one-sided fight.
What was that? Hold on. Zoom in, enhance.
When it's completely obvious that they're lying to him, leading to possibly the most...
Did he? No, let me... Hold on, slow it down. Slow that down.
Leading to completely obvious that they're lying to him, leading to...
If I was the director, I would have made them do that again. He's elbowing air, or...
Possibly the most one-sided fight I've seen since Jake Paul
Since Jake Paul... Sorry. I had to...
himself he could take on Anthony Joshua. A 25-year-old
bodybuilder
versus
yeah, maybe. I don't know. But I genuinely... I know this is like a nitpick of mine, but like, I would have reshot that. That looked fucking dumb. That looked dumb as fuck.
Guess who wins? But then Paul Giamatti gets away in an escape pod because I guess these things aren't tracked by the ship that launched them, and everyone has a nice slow-mo scene where they smile at the camera and contemplate their impending...
I'm sorry, what the fuck?
career suicide, and that's it, the episode ends. Oh, Star Trek, my old friend, what have they done to you?
Oh, it looks so wholesome. I don't know what it is. It's just like, it's comfy. Maybe it's the graininess of the video. That looks comfy to me.
What have they done to you? You know, I remember when Star Trek was a
Captain
serious
Picard.
show made by serious people with a passion for science and technology and a desire to broaden human horizons.
Look, there's women in here. They're fucking hot and cute and old hags too. You don't necessarily need like hot babes at every corner.
Times have changed. After the indignities of Discovery, Picard, and Strange New Worlds, I honestly thought we'd seen an end of the brain-dead, cringe-inducing, hyper-identity politics-driven garbage.
She dies. How dare you spoil a story that's been out for like 50 years? Mods, ban 'em!
In the Star Trek brand like a skin suit, but apparently not. Is this like some kind of humiliation ritual at this point? Do they hate their own franchise? I ask because I'm genuinely trying to come up with a plausible explanation for this utter bilge. The chirpy, quippy Joss Whedon dialogue that undercuts every moment with even a hint of drama. The body positive officers whose only natural enemies are treadmills. blandly amiable characters played by soft charisma vacuum actors who tick every diversity box possible.
I have
the
no
soulless,
kryptonite,
empty sets
except
that
working
somehow
out.
manage to look garishly bright and depressingly dim at the same time. All of the tedious tropes of modern Star Trek are dialed up to 11 and shoved into this turd of a show. And
He's a very, like, almost, I want to say, like, a pretty Klingon with the eyelashes and shit. Did they give makeup to the Klingons?
And the question I keep
He's,
asking
like, batting
myself
his
is,
eyelashes at me.
why?
It's very-
what are you
very
hoping to
kawaii.
achieve with this thing, Paramount? Who are you even trying to appeal to?
Not the target audience that's been watching Star Trek for 70 years. And then you could always argue, like, oh, it needs to be, like, a little bit caught up to today's day and age. The show started in the late 1960s, I think Chad said, right? Like 1968 or something, right? No! Like, in 40 years it didn't change, so why now? Why did you do that?
I mean, it must be obvious even to you that this whole new Trek thing just isn't working, and it hasn't worked for like 5 years now. You're like a gambler that's lost everything and owes a small fortune to a loan shark that's got leg breakers on speed dial, convinced he can somehow turn it all around with one more spin of the wheel. Well, you can't, and the viewing figures reflect that. The first episode was released for free on YouTube, and even then, it was beaten in live viewers.
Wow, that is not a good look.
By a plastic action figure sitting in a chair. That's my boy, Gary. Shit, man. Even
dude, I would hate to be like a long time, like, I don't know, maybe like some sort of old boomer that loves Star Trek and seeing this shit, man. I'd be so upset because it's been out for like 50 years.
Now it's only got like 150,000 views in 4 days. This
That's
video's
pretty
going to get more than
abysmal.
that in 4 hours. That's not just bad, that's fucking catastrophic. The comments section is pure gold though.
I can't believe they left the comments on. Oh, because you want to know why? Because it gets more engagement. It pushes the YouTube algorithm more. They know that they have to do that. If they disable the comments, it won't get pushed.
So this is a little plea from me to you,
Yikes.
Paramount.
Yeah, they want
Do
people
yourselves a
involved, I
favour
guess.
and please just stop. Stop making Star Trek shows. You're not helping anyone and you're not going to make any money.
And why does the like makeup and effects look a lot better in the older ones? I'm assuming this particular shot is probably made like 20 years ago. Why does that makeup and shit look better? Because they had to try, I guess. Yeah, they actually gave a shit, had to put an effort into it. Practical effects, and but like, let's keep in mind though, like they still had CGI a little bit, right?
From them, that's for
Like,
sure.
let's not pretend like in the 2000s when this show was out that they didn't have CGI. They probably had it a little bit.
Sure, you've already run the brand right into the ground and salted the earth, and now it is dead, Jim. It's dead in a way that no brand can ever hope to come back from. It's been a good run, but Star Trek is officially over. It's time
That's
to let it
deep,
rest
dude.
in peace. Anyway, that's all I've got for today.
Go away now.
Go away now.
Rip Star Trek. Dude, they're ruining everything, man. Why are they gonna do this to me? I have no investment in this whatsoever. I have none. Like, I never watched this. I know very surface level lore about, like, you know, the show and, like, the races and the story and the main characters, and it's like, like, what did they do, man? I hate it. I hate this so much. Go check them out. It's funny. Ugh. Don't fucking be me! Enterprise was the last good Star Trek. Yeah, it's weird because like I have this very distant understanding, but I could appreciate because I remember people on the internet talking about like this is about to like end and like the Star Trek show, like the season is gonna end and it's gonna be like a bigger bang, like, you know, it's gonna go out. I never watched it, but like I could appreciate the excitement people had. It's like then you look at this and it's like they took a big fat shit all over the floor and they expect people to watch this. Yeah. Star Trek Enterprise. I remember this. At least like on like the posters and stuff. Wow, look at that. Look at this. Sheesh. Classic. Look at this guy. So serious. 2001 to 2005. Crazy. And someone said the last time was 20 years ago. I was like, oh, this is actually 20 years ago? Hello? Yeah, I never watched it. I just saw like maybe commercials or something. I don't know. Deep space. Starfleet Academy. We're going into deep space, Alana. Starfleet. What is this? Wait, look at the poster in comparison to this. Wait, hold on. Hold the phone. Let me see, like in comparison. Let's go back to Starfleet. Is this the same show? Am I crazy? And then look at the original. Look at this 1966 to 1969. It was for 3 years. This is the oldest one. Like, the essence here, it's the same. Because it's like, you're in a starship. Look at that. What is this? I don't think of Star Trek when I look at this shit. What are we doing? What the fuck? Hello? Earth to fucking Star Trek. Starfleet Commander. What the fuck are we doing?